like coming in guns a-blazing.
Well, it's special occasion.
It's episode 200, you fools.
You fuckers.
Why are you still here?
Why are we still here?
It is the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. What began as the dreams and aspirations of two young teenagers and one goddamn Ruben Gonzalez. What the hell?
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, man. Thanks for ruining 200, dude.
Yep. Let's get
Ruined.
out of here.
It's ruined. Let's call it a day.
Don't even want to do it anymore.
That's on me.
Fuck it.
I normally have to turn it down because there's an individual, and you know who it is.
Oh, yes. We all know
Mr.
this
Two-Dinger,
individual.
the old Two-Dinger.
Old Two-Digger. Old Two-Digger.
Yeah, I usually have it turned down because that guy will piss me off at some point. So, but I've learned over the last 200 episodes that he waits till 6 because he knows exactly what we do on Fridays, and he wants to get in on it. So
Yeah, I got to get in on that action, man.
And it's like, even if it is just my my little fucking notification sound going off, that's really all he requires. He just wants to know that he's here too.
Like, that's my part. That's the part I'm on.
My biggest problem is that guy. That guy does that all day long too, though. So
yeah, I feel like, have we spent 200 episodes just bitching about our friends?
Probably.
Yeah,
probably.
It's good to have that outlet.
Probably time to do another 200 and bitching about the same.
Yes. Either that or we need to make more friends. I don't know. What'd be easier, doing 200 more podcasts or making new friends?
I'm not making any new friends.
Yeah, me neither.
You fucks. I mean, if we have a falling out, well, I guess I'm just down a friend. I'm not going to add somebody to cover that space.
Yeah, that means more free time for me.
But 200 episodes of getting together with you fine folk, mostly every week until we kind of got around to it. It was like, why are we killing ourselves doing this shit? Feel like a job.
Yeah.
And
very rarely did we miss back-to-back weeks back when we were going back-to-back-to-back-to-back.
I don't even know that we missed a single.
There were a few because I was going through and looking at some of the upload dates, and there's some that like we'll miss a week, but then there'll be like a Wednesday edition and then the Friday edition.
No, I mean, we'd make it up, but yeah. I think once we hit about, I don't know, like 170 or so, then that's 160. Then that's kind of when we start going, we can't do every week. We aren't going to do every week. To where then 2020 hit, we thought this is going to be the best year ever. And we're going to we're only going to do them every other week. Fuck it. That's what we're going to do. That's going to be our mantra. And then the pandemic hit. And then we started feeling sorry for you kids. So we started banging them out every week.
Because we love you. We love you a lot.
But anyway,
we like you hard.
A couple of you. It's 200 though. We've fucking successfully navigated our way through from what, November of 2015?
November 2016.
16. Okay. And it was in November, but yeah, we've been doing that. We've been banging out the Mead, been rolling Mead out of here since March. Well, that was when we started batches, March of 2015.
Right.
And then we use this podcast as a platform to kind of really talk about our Mead, but we also kind of have a penchant for metal and MMA. That's how it all kind of came together. And thought, hey, that's kind of fancy if we 3 things and they all start with the letter M. That's great.
Yeah, it looks nice embroidered on a shirt.
That's maybe something we might think about doing. Maybe
like a kick-ass polo shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. But anyway, it is episode 200. We're going to do a quick little. We're going to do a little chitty chat. No LJ this week, right?
Sadly, nay.
Yeah, which is okay. That guy probably didn't realize we're doing one back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
But we have a pay-per-view event tomorrow, and you can almost guarantee one thing, and that is if we have the means to do it, and it's a reasonably good card. If it's a pay-per-view, we're probably going to be doing a Friday podcast.
Yeah. That's one thing that I think will ever change because I love talking about good fight cards. I even like talking about the bad ones.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing is we're going to jump right into MMA because there's not a lot of other things going on with the other two for this week because what we got for you is what they call on television a clip show.
Dude, I don't know if I'll ever do it again.
Well, I'm positive it's a pain in the ass. I'm positive.
You know how hard it is to McAfee. You better no. You
trying to shut her down?
Keep my browsers open, you fucking whore. Wouldn't that be great? McAfee shuts down episode 200.
Yeah.
We're done.
We'd have to start from scratch.
But it is so difficult to really laser in on a part in a fucking in the track that you want to manipulate with a touch pad.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So hard.
Yeah.
Especially the touchpad I have on my computer is not great.
Mister, I don't like using a mouse.
It's against my beliefs.
Yeah, well, it's not against mine, so, yeah.
And, it's funny. We have touch screens at work, and I find sometimes I'll reach out to touch my screen and be like, oh, wait, I don't have that capability here.
You don't have Windows 8?
But it's just because, like, at work, everything's touchscreen.
Right.
So you rarely have to use your mouse. And I find I occasionally do the muscle thing of, even on my TV, I nearly did it to my TV. I think that's because of marijuana, though.
Probably that. Well, it is episode 200. We don't really ever do any obligatory shots on the show. I figured it kind of called for a little bullfighters fluid today.
And now we are doing one. It's fucking tequila.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Hear the joy in my voice.
And it's a fully dressed one at that. A little salt around the shot glass rim, a little lime. And there's the 200 fucking episodes down, my good sir.
And dilly.
Okay, that was a fucking terrible idea. All right.
Although
I will say, it makes a difference when you actually have good tequila, though.
that is good tequila. My problem is I could be the best tequila in the world,
Still going to have an issue.
and I'd poop it right out immediately.
I like what tequila gives me a little rush up the spine. That's what I dig.
Man, you have to psych yourself up to do it.
Or just like, hey, let's just do it right now, just off the shelf.
I have a coworker who's a casual tequila drinker, and I was looking at her like,
a casual
really?
tequila drinker.
That's all she'll drink. And she's gone on record saying, like, I hate getting drunk, but I will drink tequila.
Wow. Well, that's kind of a cause and effect, though.
All right, yeah. I feel like someone else is living in that brawn.
Woo! Mead update. Yeah, thanks for doing a shot with me. And like I said, and here's the 200 fucking more, maybe.
200 more is something.
Something. A lot of rage. How did we get so many views on the one from last week? That's fucking crazy. I mean, last I checked, which was like Monday, it was like 123.
You know what? Let me see, because it is well past the century mark, and that happened in a matter of a weekend.
Is it because people were like searching for Sweetwater and it was right there in the title, me talking shit about him?
Wouldn't it be funny if the Sweetwater algorithm, like shit that isn't from Sweetwater, pops up faster than than fucking shit that is?
Well deserved, I'd say.
Well, we had some you had some very valid points on that.
Well, and I even dug deeper, and I'm not going to do that anymore because it just makes me fucking really angry and hating people who are just kind of doing their job. The problem is they're doing their job poorly. But,
yeah, 108.
Oh, it's 103 was what, not 23, but 103, so it's up to 108, so that's 5 more views. Shit, let them roll, man.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I think there was a lot of proper information in that podcast.
Yeah.
If you're a Guild fan or a Sweetwater customer.
Right. Yeah. So I think let's go ahead and talk about Mead for a second. I started, it's technically, officially it's not started yet. We've not breathed life into it. But I do have 5 gallons of pasteurized honey and water and nutrient and activator. It's just kind of standing by. I'm waiting for the temperature to come down, so probably sometime late tonight or tomorrow sometime. I'm going to go ahead and pitch the yeast then, and we will have a full batch underway. First time we've had a batch underway probably since, late January?
Yeah, because the one we had going at the time, we executive decisioned that thing and threw it in the barrel.
Yeah. And people come over, and they love them. They love to pull themselves a glass of mead off of that. So, I mean,
it's the whole process of doing it. You get your glass out, you fucking pull the bung out a bit.
I just don't need people coming over with a real serious thirst and not having the means to replenish. Because as I'd said, and that's the reason we put the Green Man in the barrel, which, by the way, it's not even Green Man anymore. It's Long Ships.
The oak is one. Yeah,
there's no green chili left in that shit. So, yeah, I don't want to get caught with my pants down in a situation, unless it's a situation where it calls for it. But
I don't want to be caught.
Yeah,
but I want to be ready for it.
I'd rather have some mead standing by that we can go ahead and put back into the barrel, because I've said it before and I will say it again, I'm not fucking re-curing that barrel.
No, that was a fucking process, dude. I mean, like, a huge process.
Oh, yeah.
And even then it wasn't perfect.
Right.
That took a lot of time, and thankfully after someone shaking the shit out of it, acting like Captain Caveman.
I swear to God, if I see anybody lift that shit that's not me or you, I'm going to fucking brain them.
Yeah. Yeah, and the only time you'll see me lift it would be the ass in trying to get that last drip.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing we need to at least give a little thought to, and that would be to maybe put a little bit of like a plank or something in the back to raise the ass end of it, so it's a little easier when we start getting a little lower.
Yeah.
Because it does have a distinct, because I got on top of my mini bar, and it's an old 70s mahogany, fucking 700 goddamn pound fucking
Heavy
mini bar.
bitch, but man, that's a classic.
Yeah, but since it does operate on a hinge system, then it does absolutely. It's got a little bit of a rise in the front that's a lot more noticeable when you have a whole barrel full of mead sitting there.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Looks good though.
So the mead update for the week is, yes, we're getting ready to have another batch underway. It will the All Father will be breathing life into that either late tonight or sometime tomorrow, which then will call for a bit of the Moon Sorrow birthing song. So
Love that shit.
Yeah.
For the birth and for the transfer.
Yeah, it's a thing.
We're men of tradition.
Yeah, every batch we have done that I can recall, except for maybe the first two, I think we have always had Keiku, the song by Moon Sorrow, as a background as we would. Now we used to do it when we were also bottling. It's like, all right, that's overkill. We really only just needed to,
send it on its way.
Put the spurs to the yeast.
Yeah, and like Black and Whiskey is sonically attacked by Metallica. I feel like our mead gets that shit here on the reg, especially on the weekends.
Right? Yeah, a little bit.
Now, it'll get a little bit of everything on the weekends, but I think it just accents the flavor.
So that's the meat update. I really have literally nothing else to tell on that. What do we have going on for the metal side this week, sir?
I have no idea.
All right, good. And we have no LJ, so...
I guess, well, here's a little something. Texas is opening up.
March 10th, next Wednesday, right?
100%. Fuck your mask.
Well,
we're having a mask burn party.
Kind of. Because if you're still wanting to go into a national chain store, like fucking Kroger or Walmart or any of these,
right,
you're still wearing a mask.
The mandate itself is what's been
But
done.
yeah, there's not a governor, locking everything down like we've seen with the lady with the rotund, big bulbous ass that we've seen in this state.
Great. So now people are just going to hate the chains in Texas and not the government. Because now they're going to be asking to wear a mask, and people are going to tell them to go fuck themselves because the government said I didn't have to.
Government. G-U-B apostrophe M-I-T. Government.
But, what do you think? What do you think going to be one of the first big shows in Texas?
According to Dana White, apparently a UFC fucking show.
Dallas shut him down.
Did they?
Shut him down quick. He said he's talking to Houston now. Like he's actually talking to the actual city.
Austin will absolutely shut him down. I mean, Austin's actually been having spikes. Goddamn, South Austin Music, one of our favorite fucking music stores, they closed for a couple of days this past week.
Wow. I feel like that might be the second time you've told me that.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I don't feel like you're repeating the same story. I feel like you've said this about a month ago.
Austin, they're a lot like Santa Fe in a way, except that, well, no, it's fucking almost identical. It's the seat of government, so you got a bunch of hippies hanging around,
Yeah.
and a bunch of people like, hey man, we're just here to be weird, man.
Come on, man.
And and you got a bunch of other people that are actually working and doing good work for a living, but it's the quote unquote woke crowd. They want to get rid of Dr. Seuss books and everybody is equal except for white males. You're not equal to the rest of us. That's the am I bitter about it? No, because I know what the fucking reality is because every time that there's an initiative to support women, it's usually fucking thrown out there by a dude. I hate to say it, but that's the fucking case.
And it's probably a dude with a little bit of a dark past with ladies.
Yeah, almost every time.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, actually. And I find too many good reasons to hate people individually. I'm not going to hate them for their race or
that's too
or
easy.
Their fucking sex or
That's
whatever.
easy hatred.
Yeah.
Learn about a person. Find out what really makes them tick and hate that about
then
them.
hate them. Then hate them.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I could go back in time and take a clip of this and put it on the best of.
Right. But it is the best of. This is episode 200.
That's true.
All right,
Pooping out the hits.
Let's just so we have time to fit in the full clip show, let's go ahead and move right into MMA. UFC 259, big card tomorrow night. I mean, we kicked around the idea. It's like, shit, should we just have just a clip show, call it episode 200, and then we'll also do 201 right on the back of it? And no.
No, we can do both.
We can do both.
We can do both in one beautifully made package.
So let's go ahead, and Brandon, give me the rundown of the card. Everybody made weight from, well, no, except for one fighter.
Except for Askar Askarov.
We didn't have, again? Wow.
Yeah.
God damn, what's wrong with that guy? So we didn't have any fights scratched, though. So it's going to be a full 15.
15 fight card.
15 fight card.
The fuck?
Well, it's 16 candles, but,
Oh. I was waiting. And then, you got Winger after that for 17.
And Striper and some other good ball washing music.
We're going to talk about these guys. We had talked about them last week. They can go fuck themselves.
Let's talk about the prelims.
Mario Batista fighting Trevin Jones. Mario Batista at the weigh-in today had a kick-ass mullet, dude.
Yeah.
Really good looking.
Okay. If you're a professional fighter, you can do what you want to do. If you're a normal dude on the streets, stop it with the goddamn mullets.
Yeah. You better be on TV on the reg for that bowl to have any validity.
Well, we got a local asshole around here that.
Right. I forgot about that.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Woo. God damn it!
Boy, getting people talking for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Euros Medic fighting Elon Cruz. Euros Medic undefeated.
Yeah.
Ladies coming in, Levina Souza. Like the
tequila.
Like the tequila. Fighting Amanda Lemos, which I'm missing the end. That should be Lemons. Amanda the Lemon Lemos. Sean Brady fighting Jake Matthews. That's the first name popping up.
That dude's this dude gets a loss here. We're probably not seeing Jake again, right?
Yeah. And that might be because with it being 15, I'm sure there's going to be 4 fights on the prelim early. And then
the early prelims start at 4:30, son.
Oh, really? God, man.
Right? 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. So
it starts at 4. That they could fit 4 fights in there then.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sean Brady, Jake Matthews, Kennedy Ninchukwu. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for pulling me out.
I was like, wait a minute. God damn it. I remember that fighter.
Yes. Fighting Carlos Olberg.
He's from like Cameroon or something, right?
And then we hit another name that we recall who almost made history. Tim Elliott fighting Jordan Espinoza. Tim Elliott, of course, known for being a guy that really, I don't want to say almost beat Mighty Mouse, but gave Mighty Mouse the best challenge at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody else, fuck Cejudo. He did not beat Mighty Mouse.
Right.
Mighty Mouse, they were just ready to get rid of that motherfucker, and the judges wanted to help him out.
Isn't that kind of weird how that happens? Because you always talk about the champ bump, and that guy doesn't get the champ bump.
Yeah, that's
and he's
bullshit.
The greatest champ that the UFC's ever had.
Yeah, and no one mentions him as a GOAT except fighters that other people have said are the GOAT call Mighty Mouse the GOAT.
Right.
So, I mean, I will listen to the opinion of a fighter far more than 1,000 fans. You get 10,000 fans to say this guy's the greatest. That equals one moderately legitimate MMA fighter.
I think it's just hilarious that Dana White kept on and on and on. It's like, well, we couldn't market the guy. We tried. Well,
meanwhile, that guy's on Twitch marketing himself.
The fucking problem is, what? Henry Cejudo is a great marketing tool? Fuck that guy.
No,
People hated him.
He's just creepy.
People hated him.
Is hate a good marketing tool?
Nah. Well, sometimes it is. Not if you're a 125-pound man.
I feel like more people hate Floyd Mayweather than love him. That's why they paid money to. Maybe this is the time. Maybe this is when he's going to get his ass beat. And of course, it never happened.
Cejudo, there was nothing likable about Cejudo. Yeah. Even on the best heels in the business, to utilize a wrestling term, the best fucking heels are ones that people can actually relate to, but yet they still hate him for other reasons.
That's why Stone Cold worked. That's why he worked so well.
Was that guy actually a heel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a heel until he fought Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13, and they did a switcheroo where Stone Cold came out looking like the good guy, and Bret Hart came out looking like the bad guy, and fucking dude skyrocketed to be the greatest ever.
Because I always thought he was a face, so that's
start out now he wasn't.
Yeah. But the reality is that I legit think it's. Cejudo had no qualities that other humans could go, yeah, I feel that guy.
He wanted to fight women.
Yeah.
And then the women were like, okay.
Not a good look. I wanted to see him fight Gabby Garcia, though. But
oh, yeah. Well,
a 125 man against a 265 woman.
If you're against cannibalism, you don't want to watch that. Halfway point of the fight card, Rogerio Bontorn fighting Kai Kara France, another guy. I believe it's 125.
Yeah, I will go with anybody except for fucking Kai Kara France because I pulled for him the last time and that guy got housed.
Yeah. Joseph Benavidez fighting the fat chubby boy Askar Askarov.
God, how long is Benavidez going to stick around, man?
He might stick around for a while because this dude has a great attitude now. He's like, you know what? My days of fighting for the belt are done. I just enjoy fighting.
Well,
so he's basically just saying, I just want to fight, and I love it. Just bring me people.
Serve up that mac and cheese.
And Joey B has a good enough fucking name and fan base.
Is he still with Team Alpha Male?
Let's see.
Probably.
Is Sure Dog good enough to let me know that?
I don't know.
Without like 5,000. Extreme Couture.
Oh, good. Well, that dude's at the same camp as our fucking little friend Alex Pointer. And I mean little friend by like
3-0, by the way.
Oh, yeah? Did he get that win the other night?
Or 2-0. Dude won his fight, yeah.
Okay.
And he posted a picture of his face afterwards. You can tell, it always seems like he wears a shot to the eye.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, that's what fucked him on his first ever loss.
Yeah, and he keeps getting shots in the eye.
Yeah.
But wrestled the dude down. He put up like a clip of it and pretty dominated wrestling performance.
It's only just really by weird serendipity that, he keeps getting dotted in the eye. And he's in Extreme Couture, which is also the camp that Jessica I uses. So, I see the parallels here.
Yadong Song.
Yadong. I think I called somebody that at the supermarket the other day.
Fighting Kyler Phillips. Yadong Song, dude. This guy,
he's
like well, I don't know if he's undefeated in UFC. This guy does nothing but finish people.
Oh, he's a fucking murderer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like him in this one. And I believe this is where the pay-per-view is going to kick in with your opener, Dominic Cruz fighting Casey Kenny.
Oh, no, that's the prelim main event.
No shit!
Because they were asking Dominic Cruz what he thought about being relegated to the prelim card. And then the asshole said something like, well, my ego doesn't demand that I be on the main event.
Bullshit.
But he also fucking turned right around and requested anybody but Keith Peterson.
Saw that.
Because he smells like alcohol and cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like, you little fucking pansy. You know what? That's what men smell like, you puss.
If you can start requesting referees, you need who you want and who you don't want. You should also be able to start requesting which judges you want.
Well, see, now that's the thing, too, is that because they could still stick him with Keith Peterson. Oh, I've got my fingers crossed.
Dana has gone on record saying he has no control over that.
No,
every time he talks about it, it sounds like he has control over it.
I don't know. It is a Nevada State Athletic Commission.
When he said Mario Yamasaki will never ref a UFC fight again, haven't seen him since.
Yeah. Well, now you do have that control as the owner of a promotion or the president of a promotion.
Who you want to use out of the ref pool?
You can say, I don't want that guy reffing any of my fights.
Oh, okay. Right on.
And you can submit a letter that basically sums up why you do not. And then, hey, the commission, it depends on the state. The commission can still tell you, go fuck yourself.
I'm hoping Herb Dean is ref that fight, and I hope he has like a pack of cools hanging out of his shirt.
No, I hope it's Keith Peterson. and I hope Keith Peterson had been smoking and drinking.
I'm kind of bummed out that it's Casey Kenny being fed to Dominic Cruz, because Dominic Cruz is not an entertaining fighter.
No.
But
Casey Kenny, this is his opportunity to actually launch himself into the fucking spotlight as a contender 135. My problem is I don't think he's got the veteran experience that's going to be required.
Out of 16 wins, that dude's only finished 7 of his too, though. So I mean, there's a chance for this to be like a fairly good battle, but Casey Kenny's going to have to take it to him.
There are some good guys at 135. These two are just not it.
The pay-per-view begins.
Yes!
Thiago Santos fighting Alexander Rakic.
Racket.
Thiago, how do you think he rebounds?
I think he comes back and gets a win. I
think
he gets a win in a big way. Well, because he's been on the sideline for a long time.
Yeah. But Alexander, I mean, top 5 light heavyweight in a division that I gotta admit, not super interesting.
Pretty bare bones, right?
That's probably why we're getting this main event tonight. I like Thiago.
Yeah.
As long as. Because that dude can go 3.
I like his work ethic.
5 rounds gets a little tired.
Yeah.
3 rounds, I think he's all right, especially if he burns through those first 2 and just murders motherfuckers.
Yep.
Islam Makhachev.
Makhachev.
Makhachev?
Is it Makhachev?
Makhache.
Yeah, they're Makhachev. Yeah.
Makhachev fighting Drew Dobe. The Dober. The Doberman.
Drew Dober. Man, every time I pick against Drew Dober, I end up regretting it. So fuck it. I don't know. I'll go. Yeah. I guess I'll go that guy by some weird fucking some weird favor called into the gods. Maybe.
Let's get to these because we got 3 motherfucking title fights tomorrow.
Yeah.
Even the UFC is being kind to us for hitting 200. Peter Yan, your bantamweight champ, fighting a guy that I'm so glad he's getting this title shot in Aljamain Sterling, dude.
Yep.
I am pulling for that motherfucker.
We'll see. Peter Yan, and by the way, an ESPN will call him Piotr. I already know.
His fucking name is Peter.
Because they're a bunch of dicks.
We'll call him Petter.
Petter asked.
Petter.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I think you're foolish if you overlook him. But Aljamain Sterling has the tools that it takes to win UFC fights at this moment in time in 2021, and for the last 3 years. The guy's a wrestler. That wrestling base, every guy that fucking masters it, and nobody's really presented a really good means of being able to fucking calculate and attack wrestlers the right way. Well, there are a few. We saw one a couple weeks ago by the name of Derek Lewis.
Yeah, did a hell of a job.
Wrestling, huh?
Hell of a job.
But I think Aljamain Sterling has the tools to do it. But just don't forget that Peter Yan has got that Russian fucking craziness and tenacity. Yeah. That dude's been fighting since he was like probably 3.
We got to keep this in mind, though. This guy's great beating up old people.
Yeah.
Last 4 fights, beat John Dodson.
Yeah.
Beat Jimmy Rivera. Beat Uriah Faber. And beat Aldo for the belt. Well, for the vacant belt.
We'll see what happens, man. I do like Aljamain's chances, but again...
Aljamain, dude, that guy has fought nobody but people on the rise. A Corey Sandhagen fight. That's a big one.
Yeah.
And Corey Sandhagen just went and murdered somebody
Corey
early.
Sandhagen's a guy that will be fighting for the belt.
I feel like he's going to get the winner of this fight after that last win.
You don't think they're going to throw him TJ Dillashaw first?
I don't know, man. I'd like to see... Get a fight in there. Fuck that, dude. You've been gone for 2 years, and you got busted for doing like Lance Armstrong-style cheating.
Yep.
So you need to show people who you are now.
See, that's the weird fan that I am, because you get online and all these assholes on all these forums like, man, he's such a bad role model for my children. And I love to go, yeah, I'm pulling for that motherfucker.
I'm pulling for Aljamain.
Aljamain. Yep, I think so.
Co-main event of the evening is the ladies.
So the co, and then the main. Okay.
You got your co-main.
Co-main.
That sounds like a good porno star name.
Sounds like a good cereal.
Amanda, champ, that's allowed to thrive. Nunes fighting Megan Anderson, 145. I like it.
Megan.
I don't give a fuck.
She's from Australia.
I don't give a fuck. She could be from down the street and she'll be Megan to me.
I'll go for the bird, but I think it's going to be Nunes.
Well,
because let's not forget that Megan Anderson, now granted, she was in Invicta, moves up to the UFC here a few years ago, fucking fought Holly Holm and lost by a fucking decision. And because that's the way the Holly Holm wins. Unless your name is Ronda Rousey, that's the way Holly Holm wins. So I think Nunes comes out and destroys her unless motherhood fucking has taken all of her will to kill people out of her soul.
Yeah. And Felicia Spencer tapping her because that fight with her and Felicia, winner of that got Nunes, and Felicia won it and went on to do what we saw happen, right. Which I believe Unani. That was Unani. Do you think being a mother is going to change?
I think it will. I think it'll change some things. Now, is it going to be remarkable enough to really pull that fighting spirit out of her? I don't think so. But
not at 145, dude. I love Amanda Nunes without a weight cut. Look what she did to Cyborg.
Yeah.
That's all. She did that. Until someone just comes in and does the same to her, I don't give a fuck. She's going to... Until Shevchenko comes in and fights her at 135, that shit has to happen.
Well, no, and it fucking should have happened by now, but it hasn't because the promotion doesn't want to lose.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes, as she goes by in the UFC, they don't want to see her lose to the 125 champ.
Right. So I think Amanda keeps.
I think so. I think that's safe. That's got to be the Vegas line on that's got to be stupid.
Right. Oh, yeah. I think Nunes was in 4 digits.
I wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it was like 1,200.
Holy shit.
Negative 1,200. I don't know what it'll be day of the fight, but as of yesterday, that shit was a big gap.
I don't know, but there's going to be an Australian getting laid out. It's going to look like the fucking shores of, Anzio, right?
Your main event of the evening.
Main event?
Jan Blachowicz.
Yep.
Got it.
Fighting
your light heavyweight champion.
Fighting a Hebrew,
his bro at an asshole. Israel
Adesanya, who calls himself the last air biscuit, right?
The last cat head. Okay, so here we are. We're at the point. He beat Whitaker. Was Whitaker the fight for the belt after GSP had vacated?
At middleweight, yes.
Because Gastelum, that wasn't for the title.
No, I don't think so.
When he fought Whitaker and knocked him out in the second round, that was for the belt.
Yeah.
Defended against Yoel. Saw how that went. Boring fucking fight.
Right.
But Yoel didn't help.
Right.
And then Paulo, which we saw how that Paulo got fucked in the ass. He got fucked in the ass.
Paulo now is saying, "Oh, well, that's because I was drunk."
Well, that would explain him getting fucked in the ass by Israel Adesanya, because I have that GIF on my computer and I'll fucking cue it up when I'm bummed out. It makes me laugh.
Yeah.
But now he's bumping up to big boys after 2 title defenses.
I hate people moving up, especially in those weight divisions. 185 to 205 is a hell of a rift.
That's big.
That dude.
Big.
So all that dude has to do is not cut any weight, and there he is, 205. All things are rosy. Fucking Jan Blachowicz walks around to like 245. That dude has to cut down to 205.
Right.
That's a huge pole that's going in there.
And it'll be the strongest guy he's ever fought.
I don't like Israel's chances in that fight, but I think you're a fool if you discount him.
Well, I feel like champs. I mean, in Vegas, dude's a favorite, but Jan is usually the underdog. He was the underdog in the Reyes fight.
Always has been. And that guy beat the shit out of Dominic Reyes.
If Israel wins, then I feel like the light heavyweight division gets even less interesting.
Yeah, and it's already pretty uninteresting right now.
John,
the only person that made that division interesting is now fighting at heavyweight.
Yeah, and I hadn't even done that yet, but that dude's getting chunky monkey.
Yeah.
If Jan beats Israel, that's the better scenario.
I like that scenario a lot better.
Yeah, and I think it'll go the distance.
Yeah, I don't want to see fucking 2 division champs at that weight, middleweight and light heavy.
Well, Cormier gummed up the works. That dude never
with heavyweight and light heavy. Yeah.
That dude never defended both when he had them both.
Right.
The only one to do it is Nunes.
Right.
And Cormier had the opportunity until he got his ass beat.
Right.
Story of his life.
By the better fighter.
I'm going Jan. I got 2 retains, and we got 1 new champ tomorrow. And Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah. Man, I just hate picking against Adesanya.
Yeah. Well, he's undefeated, and he's a fucking murderer. I get it. But this dude is he has fought at light heavyweight before, not at top tier elite light heavyweight though.
Let's keep in mind too is when he fought Paulo Costa, and Paulo looked like shit in that fight. Which leads me to believe that guy was probably fucking.
He was doing ass shots of red wine.
He was doing butt chugs of red wine. I hate to pick against Israel Adesanya, but I'm going to on this occasion because I think Jan catch him with one fucking hand and put that dude on his ass.
Right. Is the undefeated record worth that to risk that for getting another belt?
I think it's kind of dumb to look at records, though. I think if you're a professional fighter, everybody, it's a nice little cherry on top if you haven't been ever suffered a defeat, but that's not the primary.
Yeah, Khabib it is.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. This is episode 200. We're going to move on to the clip show. We're going to be back at it again, I don't know, a week or 2, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Because we're going to be drinking for 2 weeks straight.
I'm going to be laying around my old balls, like sweating against my leg. You probably didn't need to hear that.
My balls was hot.
Just going to be taking it easy for a couple of weeks, but UFC 259 tomorrow night. Enjoy that. Enjoy the clip show ahead. Brandon put a lot of goddamn work into this.
If y'all just stop here and you don't listen to it, I'm going to come and fucking find you and hurt you bad.
And then make you listen to it.
Hurt you real bad. My own version. The pain version.
Thanks for joining us for 200.
Happy 200, boy.
We have in this particular town a convenience store.
Several of them.
Yeah, basically. And but catty corner to that is like our park, which is it's Rotary Park. A Rotary organization kind of owns it, right?
Oh,
so So I come up, and it's a 4-way stop. And so, yeah, I do the lawful thing, and I stop and get through the intersection and just a little bit beyond. And I see, but there's a couple that's coming along the road, and they kind of cross the road from the convenience store and walk up like 100 feet or so, 150 feet, and then decide to sweep over to the park. Well, I'm through the intersection, but only by about 50 feet.
So they're crossing the street, like
jaywalking.
Via Zapatas?
Yeah.
And had one route they were going to take and then fucking change their mind and like pull a Yui where...
Not really. No, they just kind of, they swept. They decided to sweep from one side of the road to the other.
They want to take up as much space as they possibly could on a piece of pavement meant for vehicles.
And I'm not going to really bust their balls about it because it was a man and a woman. Both are clearly pulling down money from the state based purely on who they are. Because the guy's walking a little funky, and I know I've seen him before. I know he's on assistance because he's got an odd genetic makeup that does not allow him to be able to hold down a normal life.
That might be the most politically correct way to say what you just said.
I'm trying to keep people from fucking.
That's good. No, that's good.
The woman. So I met my quote on. Okay, so then the woman looks like she's a full on mongoloid. So you're
good now.
No, I mean truly, mongoloidism is what it is. I don't know if that's a medical condition, so I'm not really trying to piss
that's not a derogatory term.
But I'm there. I'm like, hey, I'm usually in a hurry, but this time around, I'm cool. I'm going to let these two jaywalk across the road. It's fine. I don't mind. Somebody in a pickup. Somebody in a pickup behind me comes pulling up, and apparently was not as patient as I was, and went ahead and gave him a little bit of a gas pedal check.
Like a giddy the fuck up type of let's get going here.
Kind of a thing. And they both turn around and look at me. I'm in a fucking Jeep. I'm louder than a Prius. That's about it. That's kind of really about where the line is at.
Right.
I'm not gas checking anybody. It was the truck behind me.
Should it cost you $5 to gas check somebody?
But the Jeep is not loud. It's got a little tiny little Pentecostal engine. No,
Pentecostal.
Pentastar.
An Episcopalian V6.
It's a little V6 Pentastar. Is what's in it.
Damn, I didn't know it was a V6.
Yeah.
Should.
But it makes no noise. Very little. But the pickup behind me, the asshole with a 454. Letting me know, like, hey, you should mow these people over, or whatever he's doing. I don't know. But anyway, so in doing so, though, the guy looks over his shoulder, but that's fine. He continues this weird, fucking awkward gait. The woman with the mongoloidism looks back and fucking flips me off. Not like a straight up one either, kind of like a sideways gangster one. Flips me off. I'm like, it's fine.
Don't fuck with her, man.
Wasn't me that fucking
Did you
gas
feel the need to stick
yet.
your head out and say, that wasn't me, goddammit?
I just thought, really? And I looked in the rearview mirror and turned around to look at the guy in the truck behind me. Like, are you proud now? Are you happy with yourself?
Could you tell if he was laughing or not?
Not.
If it had been me, I'd been giggling my ass off.
Probably not, because he had his spurs hanging from his rearview mirror and shit like that.
So he could barely read, let alone drive a vehicle.
I don't know. It's, and October's not really poised to really blaze through either. And I'm not really trying to find a mad dash to the end of the year. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
It's just I want to get to the point where it's cool outside. I want to get to the point where I'm not running my fucking air conditioner all the time.
Right. Yeah, it's like we had a fucking day when it barely got out of the 50s.
It was like 53 degrees a couple of days ago.
Yeah. And it was beautiful. It was a perfect day to just sit and indulge in things you love.
Yeah, if that's what you have time to do, or go to work. Either way.
Yeah, I had to work into that day, so I slept through half of it.
Yeah. It's I'm ready for that kind of shit. I'm ready for kind of like, goddamn, I got to throw a jacket on. I'm ready for that weather, because that weather usually brings about my more artistic fucking side.
Right.
It makes me a little more creative on the Mead side of the business, the music side of the business. And maybe even the MMA side of the business. Maybe.
Makes you want to fight a fool?
Maybe I'll fucking take a fool down.
That's right. Challenge is out there, folks. We're going to be at the Bingo Hall in Clovis tomorrow, picking fights with people in the parking lot.
Senior Center.
That's right, yeah. The Senior
Wanna
Center
make sure
across the street.
We got a legit shot.
Ain't shit, Grandma. You ain't shit.
I found myself being really fucking cranky all the fucking time. You know? I mean, I'm not putting it on there that I've got some weird chemical dependency, which shit, I don't know, maybe I do. But I had a far bigger, important appointment coming up medically, which I've alluded to about every week.
Right.
Kind of a clean bill of health for the most part.
Good
so
deal.
I guess I'll live to see 2019. That'll be cool.
I thought you were going to say you're going to live to see 29.
Maybe, yeah, 29.
Shit,
29. I'll live to see that. I'm kind of a hard 29, but yeah,
I can tell why you had to go to the hospital and then get some tests run, because you do look like a hard 29.
But thankfully some things are kind of in some good ranges and things like that. And,
good deal.
Yeah, thanks.
Good, man.
There were 2 people who reached out and oh yeah, well, appreciate it. Thanks. It's been cool. So I'm good to go. And it turns out, actually,
one of them wasn't me, by the way. I didn't give a shit.
Actually, I can't. Okay, so one person out there.
No, I'm glad everything's good, man.
Yeah. So yeah, and it turns out really drinking wasn't even fucking the thing that was messing with some of my kidney issues.
Right.
So that's a whole fucking unrelated thing. Actually, it's coming down from genetically pioneered shit. So.
Well, goddamn, fucking genetics.
Yeah.
They always fuck us up. They never give us anything good.
I have no children, and for a very good fucking reason.
Yeah,
so.
don't want to pass that shit on.
No. But yet you have a whole bunch of other fucking people that like to run around and. God, I don't want to distance that many people, but they know they're fucked up, and they'll still keep pumping out fucking child number 6, 7, 8, whatever, because
they don't care. They don't give a fuck that they're passing on bad gree, man.
No, and they go. So the IRS gives you $1,500 if you have another child.
That's per child.
So that's why they have 7, 8. I think there's a cap at 6 nowadays. Thank fucking God.
Good.
Well, there should be a cap at 2. What the fuck are we trying to do here? What message are we sending?
that there's profit in progeny.
What are you running? You running a farming operation, and you and you have to have 1 child per acre to make it work. And
I need progeny to run my coal mine.
God damn it! There are unfortunately, I will say this: I haven't encountered anybody with a master's degree that had more than 4 kids.
Because they're not stupid.
Well,
or poor. Or poor.
Let's go and drink some rye whiskey. Call it a day. There we go.
Hey,
we have reached the end of the podcast.
Sounds way better over here. It always does.
That's pretty heavy.
That's not bad. That is fucking Doom from Baltimore, man.
And these guys a new release today?
Yep. Released on Bandcamp.
Black Lung. Okay.
Yeah. A trio out of Baltimore. Been around since 2014. Relatively young band, but man.
God, it would have been more ironic if they were from fucking West Virginia with a name like Black Lung, huh?
Right.
A little early for that?
Maybe, I don't know, yeah. We've all seen The Deer Hunter. We know what that life's all about.
Okay. Leaving Neverland. Is that the name of the documentary? Have you checked that out?
I have not.
It turns out Michael Jackson was diddling kids.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Which I thought we had already established a long time ago.
I didn't think that there needed to be any more solid proof.
You wouldn't think so. But suddenly, Then they got to get like all these victim things, and the dude probably did it. Like, oh, fuck, what am I saying? The dude did it, but he's not alive to fucking defend himself now.
But yeah, that's why, and clearly that fucking Leaving Neverland is making some serious cheddar.
A lot of money. I'm just scared of what motherfuckers going to say when I'm gone, because it's like I haven't been diddling nothing. I
won't give a fuck because I'll be dead.
Well, that's the right attitude to have, I suppose. But these goddamn assholes are standing around like, I'm waiting for this motherfucker to die so I can do a tell-all documentary on him, and he can't say a goddamn thing.
That's why I only make friends with people I know I'll outlive.
Well, that's very telling.
We're all assholes. Speaking
if you're
of
listening
assholes,
to the show, there's a reasonably good chance you're an asshole.
Look within and be honest with yourself. You're probably an asshole. So I go in the back. I'm getting some waffle batter ready for the day, opening up some sausage gravy. I'm kind of feeling good about the night. And about 5-10 minutes pass. I'm like, I better go check there, make sure no one drove up, because I have the door locked. Right. So if anybody comes out that needs a room, I have to go let them in.
Yeah, because you lock that sumbitch a lot, like 6, 7
From 11:01 till 6:30. That fucking door is closed.
And they didn't used to do that. That's crazy.
Nope. That's because then that's when the breakfast bandits came. Just coming like, oh, breakfast. I'm a meth head. And then I start locking the door. Oh, fuck. They have not come back.
Good for you.
Weird.
Good.
So I go back and I look at the camera and I look at the south side where these fine gentlemen were. And I see them without their shirts on, buttoning up their pants.
Oh.
And there are 2 girls out there. I'm like,
3 dudes, 2 girls.
Yeah. And one was like this girl, she had a beautiful face, but she's like a little bigger gal.
Like a menage a fünf.
I would say they were P-Town locals at their finest. And I'm like, did they just like get all nasty out there for a couple minutes? Damn, those girls just showed something. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
So I immediately rewind the video. And I get back to it, so I get to the point where they're all back there, just kind of hanging out, and then I see one of them point to the east. And you can tell when someone's trying to convince someone to do something.
Oh.
So a couple minutes later, shirt's coming off. I'm like, oh, here comes all the hot outdoor sex.
The chicks?
No, the dudes.
Oh.
The 3 dudes.
Oh.
I was waiting for the women to, I was like, here it comes. Here's where all the partying happens.
Yeah.
Girls are still dressed, and the dudes are down to their boxer shorts, and then those are gone. And then they're gone. They proceed to do a full lap around the hotel, butt-ass naked.
God.
And I mean, and this was Tuesday night when it was actually a little goddamn cold, And you could tell it was cold, especially on the big guy.
Fucking 48 degrees that night.
There was a dude.
Brought goddamn tomato plants in that night.
There was a dude out there, man, that if it had been me, I'd be like, I'm not doing that. Either that or this dude just totally cool with having about a 2-inch rig on him, man. I mean, it was.
If we remember the Seinfeld episode was Costanza, there might have been shrinkage.
That bald dude in the lead, though, you could see that thing flopping in the breeze.
Oh.
So, and they're from Dexter, so it's probably warmer there. I talk about it like it's a different country.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a couple counties away, right? Like one county away?
It's in south of Roswell, isn't it? And if you're south of Roswell, that's bad. That's bad news.
Yeah.
Roswell's bad enough.
Brandon, no fan of the Chavez County.
Chavez County and everything inside it can go fuck itself. Even the aliens, especially the aliens, they can go fuck themselves too.
So dudes like they fucking stripped bare ass and ran around the hotel.
Yeah, the guy in the lead, there was a puddle.
So it was like a race?
I don't think so.
God damn, what kind of steeplechase you running out there?
I didn't have any lines on it either. I would have picked the bald guy because that fat dude wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah, no, fat guys get kind of a little huff puff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know why that big guy decided to do it. He should have just been like, nah, man, y'all go be dumb. I'm going to keep my small penis to myself this time in front of these ladies. He had no shame. I got to give him props for that. Dude had no shame. He clearly didn't give a fuck. And
so you were clearly trying to figure out how you measure up.
Well, no, I was just looking like, well,
You clearly had some measurement ideas.
There's cocks there. There are cocks there, and if they're out there, I'm going to look and judge. That's what I'm going to do.
I mean, it's like Montreal porn, probably.
Yeah, I mean, if it's ladies naked, I'm going to look, and I'm going to critique of my own base of standards.
You do strike me as a Bushman.
I'm judging. No, I don't really not. I like for some attention to be kept to something. You know, we all got to act like we're here for something.
Yeah, and indeed.
So,
goals. Hashtag goals.
And the bald guy that was in the lead stepped in a puddle and fucking ate shit. It was great.
Oh.
Probably skinned his hog right off.
Falling down.
On pavement, piss drunk.
Boy, I bet he's still fucking not really pleased with his decisions that night.
And then they come back around, they make their lap, they get dressed, come back inside. 5 minutes later, those women are gone. So I will say this to any local Portales woman, and I'm talking local born and raised.
Yeah.
If those two were you and you're listening, I'm so proud of you. I really am. I'm so happy that instead of just saying, well, these are dudes with cocks, I'm going to go ahead and fuck them, they realize they're idiots and bailed.
Old Uncle Brandon gives you a fucking gold star.
Here's
for
a
your
butterscotch, my favorite nickel, and I keep making good decisions.
Hello, Ruben. What's happening? It's Mike Portnoy here. How you doing? I have to tell you, I love your sandwiches. One of my favorites. But you're probably wondering why Mike Portnoy is talking to you right now. Well, your buddy Brandon hit me up, and he asked me to apologize to you. Not from me, but from him. Brandon feels horrible that for the first time in 26 years, he forgot your birthday. So I'm going to sing a happy belated birthday song to you. So happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Ruben, happy birthday to you from me and from Brandon. And he tells me that you have a solo project called Alone in a Room, and you're a lifelong fan, so I wanted to thank you for that and wish you all the best with your project and your drumming. And a happy belated birthday. I hope you forgive Brandon for that, all right? Okay, Ruben, hope to see you soon, man. Take care.
Kind of hang and fucking kind of get in your inner circle. Well, how do they go about it? And frankly, I don't know. Be cool and fucking throw back some hooch or whatever. Fucking maybe have an interest in metal, maybe have an interest in MMA, whatever the case might be.
And have half a functioning fucking brain. That always helps.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Because if you're kind of dumb, we will
eat you alive.
Fucking have you back here again. You know,
unless you bring us joy in your stupidity.
Well, there's a few, and I didn't mention them, but you know, that's but that's a reality. That's a reality.
Have you been following the Gibson and Dean fucking lawsuit?
Not really.
I've actually been kind of listening to it, and Gibson are starting to look like assholes.
Well, the problem is Gibson, as a corporation, they really are a bunch of assholes.
Oh, absolutely. If you had a question about it, this answers it, in my opinion, because they're suing Dean over likenesses of guitar bodies.
That's
and headstocks as well.
And it's from a long time ago. Is the other thing, because Ibanez has been cranking out. Well, and so is ESP. Everybody
Fender has as well. ESP has their own Explorer body. It's a little different, but it's an Explorer body.
Right. I'm not a big fan of Gibson. Well, you start to look a little desperate after a while when you are trying to establish like old copyrights things. These are guitars that are out in the 80s, and they're like, whoa, that looks like some of our shit, you know. And I get it because everybody else does it, but their headstocks aren't the same. That's kind of where Dean kind of crossed the line a little bit. So I don't know. I don't really have a dog in this fight. I mean, I've got a Gibson. I'm probably never going to buy another one. I mean, it's fine. I mean, the Les Paul's it's got a great sound. It's fine. I know the direction I want to go. I know the tone that I'm looking for moving forward, and it doesn't really involve Gibson at this point. What it does involve, and I have not swayed from this one iota, and that's G&L.
Right.
Fuck, I came within a cat's whisker of buying a goddamn Rampage today.
Really? It's getting tougher and tougher for you to fucking fight, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but it is.
So are you abandoning the idea of a custom build and just fucking thinking the Rampage has everything you require?
I actually want 2 G&Ls.
God damn. All right. This is a fucking intervention, man.
Had the other fun when our friend Jack, who listens to the show, sent me just a random message today. He's like, man, I really enjoy the way that like your refusal to wave at anybody when you're driving. I'm like, well, yeah, fuck that. You know?
It's all about safety,
policy,
bitch.
The goddamn. If you're driving a Jeep Wrangler and you come across other people with a Jeep Wrangler, goddamn, they expect I actually had somebody track me down once, like, hey, you don't do the Jeep wave? I said, no.
The fuck's a Jeep wave? You wave when you're in a Jeep?
Yeah. If you're driving, and it's mostly, I think, the Jeep Wrangler crowd,
never heard of this
So it's like, yeah, it's the Jeep wave. Hey, as a means of courtesy. Hey, you need anything? Here I am. Oh, fuck that. I am not waving at a soul. I don't care. And especially if you're in a Wrangler, because now it's at this point, it's just an act of rebellion.
Yeah, it's like you're expected to. It's like, no, go fuck yourself. I'm not doing that.
It's like I've got places to go, people to do.
If it's somebody I know and I see them and they're waving at me, I get a big smile. I don't wave,
dummy.
I don't wave, but they get a big smile.
I don't fucking wave. I don't acknowledge, especially people that just do it, that do the little thing while they're holding on to the fucking steering. I'm like, I don't fucking know you.
Keep your fucking hands at 10 and 2, you bitch.
Yeah, and usually on phone, it's like, oh yeah, fucking, I'm just gonna drive on this side of the fucking road so I don't get murdered.
Yeah, it's like I don't have time to wave at you. I'm probably sending a text or something. Fuck off.
Who doesn't get roadhead out here?
No. You'll worry about the small shit, and the big shit, you're like, I don't give a fuck.
I mean,
who's better because of it?
We got a president going through an impeachment process, and I'm more bummed out that the 49ers got beat for the first time.
Clinton, right? No.
Yeah, I thought,
Trump. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
that's how much of a fuck I give. So, yeah. And then the 49ers lost. You're right. Got to watch a game last night where a player from the Browns ripped a helmet off the quarterback and was trying to pummel him with his own helmet. Like he's going to send him to Valhalla.
And it was the quarterback.
Which that little privileged white boy immediately stops what he's doing, throws his hands up like, did you just see what happened to me? Whereas his teammates come up there, they want to throw some hands.
Yeah.
Which is like dummies. They're trying to punch this guy in the head when he's wearing a helmet. But
yeah, fucking dude that got suspended for the rest of the year had the right idea by taking the helmet off and proceeding to try to kill the man.
That's the way you do it. You don't go punching a fool wearing a helmet.
And he's like, man, that was just very unlike me. That's not how I react to things. Bullshit, man. Exactly how you respond to things.
I get it now. I get it why people unplug from society and go, fuck this. I'm enjoying myself. I don't want you to bring me down.
Dude, I mean, that is why if you are lucky enough to have me on Messenger and you get a reply from me, or even fucking let alone just a message out of the blue.
Yeah.
I fucking rarely do that because everybody on that fucking list I see.
Sure.
So, Messenger isn't really super important to me, but I'm quickly learning it's really important to everybody else.
I had a friend of mine, she says, hey, Brandon finally accepted a friend request from me on Facebook. I was like, well, I wouldn't set your expectations too high.
Yeah, unless you're really down with people I really enjoy in life dying.
Yeah.
That's about all the news you're going to get from me.
All right.
you guys ever been to a hotel? And
no.
and the question ends there. Second question.
That's a loaded question.
Have you ever bought prophylactics?
From a hotel?
From a hotel.
No. From you mean from the concierge desk? Because
we
me,
like
good
to call
sir.
it the sweet shop.
Excuse me, good sir. I need some prophylactics.
I would like some razors and some prophylactics.
Yes.
All I got is an empty
Do you-
bag of Cheetos, man.
Do you have them ribbed, sir?
Do you have an old Marlboro cellophane I could potentially...
All I got is this pig intestine. Fuck, that'll work.
Just tie one end.
The interesting thing is, when people talk about the development of modern society, and that is that actually it was discovered by, I think, those in like Egypt or something like that you could use a goat intestine way back in like
No, that was legit.
as a condom. The British refined it like 200 years later by actually taking it out of the goat. But the
You motherfucker.
Oh my god!
If I wasn't totally invested in what you were saying, I'd be laughing my ass off like this prick. But I actually thought I was about to learn something.
Oh my!
And I learned nothing.
Okay, you're sounding way too much like a goat.
I just got Pulp Fiction again. That's what I felt like just happened.
It's,
I'm not a part
it was
of that.
good.
I'm
it was
not
good.
cheering you for that.
I was waiting. I was waiting on that.
Yeah.
Oh man, like weird condom, like evolution. I
Actually,
can't wait.
but there is truth to that. Actually, the Brits started using goat intestines as a condom in like the late 1800s.
I didn't realize I was going to lead to a Brit fucking goat joke.
Yeah, hopefully they didn't learn
Oh,
that on the
God damn you to
battlefield.
hell.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right.
So yeah,